All right, we are going to start looking at perpendicular bisectors. So there's some things we need to know about the vocabulary. When we're looking at a bisector, okay, a bisector, bi means two, right? Sector sounds like section. So they're going to be two equal sections. Okay, so that's really what you need to know. It's two equal sections or two equal parts. Okay, and we also need to know the word perpendicular, which we've covered before, but let's just go over it one more time. So perpendicular is two lines that come together at 90-degree angles, right? So if we're talking about a perpendicular bisector, we're talking about the line that comes together at 90-degree angles that cuts two pieces equally in half. So when we're talking about perpendicular bisectors of a triangle, what this tells us is if we've got this triangle here, triangle OMN, and we have this perpendicular bisector, this which is TN, right? Comes together at 90-degree angles, shows us that right there. Then that tells us that if TO is 0, then that means TN, or sorry, if TO is 32, then TM is also 32. Okay. But then that also tells us that if ON is 60, then MN is also 60. So based on the definition of perpendicular bisectors of a triangle, that perpendicular section, that TN, is cutting the triangle in half. So that means the answer down here, find the length of MO. MO is the, wow, let me fix what I just did here. Geez. TM is 32, right? Because if this side's 32, then this side's 32. They're equal to each other. And then MO is what it wants us to know. It wants us to find the whole length. So we would simply just add those together. So that means that the length of MO should be 32 plus 32, which gives us 64. Okay, let's see the next one. So the questions are always going to vary just a little bit on these kind of things, so make sure you read carefully. So this one, it says find MN. So that means this section right here. So again, we have our triangle, we have a perpendicular bisector, and then if this side is 65, then MN has to be 65. So just knowing the definition and what a perpendicular bisector tells us mathematically is going to help us be able to answer these questions. This one says find RS, so RS would be over here, which means if this is our perpendicular bisector, these two sides are equal. So RS is also going to be 36. Okay. Let's see what this one looks a little bit different. So this one says find NO. So it gives us that this side is 24 and this side is 24. And notice they have the tick mark, right? So again, that tells you the tick marks tells you that's the same thing. They could have put tick marks over here, right? So it could be that this is 35, so then therefore this is also 35. So just remember those tick marks can help it as you see those. All right, this one rotates the triangle around. Let's see what it has for us. So again, just notating it's got this tick mark here and this tick mark here, telling us that those are both going to be equal. So that's another visual to help give you some clues. It says find AD. Okay, so it wants this section. So obviously those tick marks tells us they're the same. So it's going to be 26. Okay, so your perpendicular bisector cuts the triangle exactly in half from any point. Let's see if it gives us any that are different. That one would be 36. RS, that would be 33. AD would be 10. Let me erase my 26 over here, right? AD here would be 10 because DC is 10. Just trying to see if it gives us any other type of questions. All right, AB would be 74 because BC is 74. let's see, NO would be 31 because this side's 31. Just equal distances. All right, so it looks like the only other one you might see is like this. So it says find WY, so it wants the whole length. So just make sure you pay attention what it's asking. So if it wants the whole length, we need to know that the bottom part is 13. That means the top part is 13, and the whole length, we're going to add them together. So that would get us 26. Okay, so if you need any more help with that, just reach out and let me know. Other than that, 10 points, get more math.